Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Sammy Original Guy here, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web, bringing you another live league game of the day. We are playing on AWBW today. This is a map created by Humita in the map community and a fellow content creator, so very, very cool. Brand new map in the live league pool. This is a very unorthodox map, and it is wild. It's wild. I had the privilege of playing it possibly day one when it came out. I had a good match against the Red James there, so yeah, it's an interesting one. But today we're not featuring that game. We are featuring a game featuring two people that are very active on the Discord server for Advanced Wars by Web. We have Alexis1994 and Spidy400, so this should be a pretty cool one. Now, if you guys can see, we have a Grim Mirror today, folks. Now, for those of you that don't know, Grim is a very interesting CO. He has immense firepower. Now, as a day-to-day ability, he has 130% firepower on all of his units. However, he does take a penalty to defense by 20%. So his units are 130 over 80. So in a Grim Mirror match, that can be incredibly volatile, folks. Incredibly volatile. Now, his co-power, I believe it's Haymaker, possibly. Yeah, I think it's Haymaker. Either way, doesn't matter. Co-power will increase that direct, or the firepower for all of his units up to 150%, and the Knuckle Duster, or whatever super co-power it is, will increase it to 180%. So he's a very powerful CO. If you can get your positioning very, very well. Now, there's a lot of people that make Grim alts and try to make them super viable, and some people make it work, and some people don't make it work. And that's just the way it is, folks. Now, if we take a look at the map here, very interesting map because it's got a couple really odd dynamics here. It is a laboratory map, so it doesn't have HQs. It's got a pre-owned airport and two bases on either side. So it's base light, pre-owned airport, and a lab with a black boat on it. You do get a pre-deployed black boat over here. So it's pretty interesting for sure. Yeah, you also have this pre-deployed missile, which is very interesting. So the missile is deployed in a position right now where it means that if you were to build like a battlecopter out of your airport side, you would not be able to safely hit the pipe seam right away because there is a missile here. So you would actually have to go one square below where the pipe seam is, and then maybe move your battlecopter up to attack the missile. You know, that could be a possibility for sure. However, that would result in your opponent getting early power charge, but it would also free up the possibilities of being able to use air units to destroy those pipe seams. Two areas of pipe seams can be destroyed, either on the eastern front or the southern front. Now, the southern front would lead to a direct reinforcement range over here down to these cities, as well as your laboratory, and the eastern front would allow you to have direct access over here, along with your other base, which is way, way, way in the back. So, yeah, it's an interesting map. When I played it, the Red James, and I think we had a pretty good match on it for sure. Unfortunately, there was one fatal flaw that I overlooked when it came to the map, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and see what happened on this map here. So, Alexis1994 versus Spidy400. Now, we are gonna skip through the first couple days. Because every single time, you guys know what it is. It's always these standard infantry builds. You got to get the infantry on the field. Now, when I was playing Red James earlier, what he actually did was he skipped this property and put an infantry right here and sent it down here right away to start capping these properties, which I think is probably a really good idea. It allows you to just start caps like sooner, so I think that's okay. Capping the neutral port though, it's not like not game breaking or anything, so it's perfectly fine. But yeah, just standard infantry builds. Going for this property right here first, kind of questionable. I mean, it's not bad, but it delays the capture of these guys over here, and with the vehicle reinforcement over here, it does make it difficult to capture these properties at a later date. So either way, I mean, once again though, it is a Grim Mirror, so you never know what's going to happen in the Grim Mirror. Things can just start blowing up out of nowhere. Alright, the infantry just doing a little bit of chip damage to these pipe seams at the moment. I don't think that's a bad idea, obviously. You know, the more damage you can do to it, the better. And both players going for the proper property. Now, I believe that when you go down here, you got to cap that property first before this one. Just makes sense, you know. You go for that one first. That way you have a direct line to get to the laboratory and the city over here to interrupt if that was the case. And we have an early battlecopter build from Alexis1994 right now. Also, Alexis1994, fellow content creator, does streams over on Twitch, so if you do get a chance, maybe check that out. You can check out the Advanced Wars by Web Discord feature creator section, or feature content section, and you should be able to find some links there. Okay, and continuing on, so we got the battlecopter moving forward at the moment. We have an artillery build over here from Spidey, which is very interesting. Artillery build from Alexis. Yeah, so it's not too bad. A little bit different of a route from what I played the map on so far, but artilleries are very good. I mean, if your opponent's not really pressuring with any vehicle units down here, I mean, the artillery is able to get over here very, very quickly and just start blasting away at those pipe seams. And Grim is going to be able to blast that pipe seam in 2 turns. So, very good there. What the heck? Oh my god, that was savage. We moved this guy way too forward. We were not paying attention to the range of this battlecopter here, and the battlecopter just moves up and just one-shots it. Just one-shots that early artillery, which is... That's critical. That is insanely critical. Losing that early artillery is massive. We definitely don't want that to happen. Okay. So how is Spidey going to recover from that? He does have the anti-air build. So it looks like we're going to attempt to surround the copter. So it's not too bad. The copter does have a route to escape though. So anti-air's not really going to catch up with them just yet. Alright, so we go up, start capping some more of the neutral properties over here. Now, the caps are basically mirrored on either side, although Alexis is a little bit further ahead when it comes to capping these middle properties here, too. Just slightly... Let me see here. I gotta check that one more time. So... in an instance like this, I would probably say that putting the black boat here and getting another infantry next turn and then dropping 2 infantry off the next turn is probably a better idea overall, instead of just going over here and not being able to drop off. So I'd probably just sit there and wait for another one. That would be my advice for that situation. Very minor though, you know, very minor. Okay, so Alexis, top of the board. Artillery trying to move into position at the moment to blast the pipe seam, but not quite there yet. Needs at least one more day in order to get there, and just bring the infantry forward, and that's about it right now. Yeah, battlecopter just escaping to a more favorable location. Anti-air moving in. We're gonna be needing some either some mechs or some vehicles up here pretty soon. Unfortunately, the way that the map is laid out, the only thing that you can really get over here that can contend with vehicles are mechs, right? So funneling some mechs over very, very soon would be very good. That's what makes COs like Adder, I think, and definitely Sammy would be very effective on this map because of the mechs and the mech movement, right? So something to think about, little food for thought for later. And we have an interrupt on a property over here from Spidey. So at this moment, this entire side is completely undefended, right? The anti-air is going to be able to carry this assault over here. If the anti-air just simply moves right here, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite a lock. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we don't quite have a lock. But we can like eliminate the infantry and then get a lock on the airport like the next turn, right? Double infantry drop off here from Alexis, so very nice. And not really pushing up into this section over here because of the battlecopter. We do need the anti-air. Anti-air. This is a nice little setup here, actually, because it looks like what we're going to be able to do is we might... Oh, are we going to be able to blast the pipe seam, though? Is that enough firepower to blast the pipe seam? I don't think so. We're gonna have to find out. Alright, not bothering capping, just attacking back up here too, so that's not too bad. Okay, let me just check one thing here. Okay, everything's fine. Everything is good. Okay, Spidey is gonna have to figure out something to deal with this here pretty soon, because this guy is like completely alone. Now, I think I see what Alexis is going for over here in the southern corner. It looks like we're definitely going to be trying to clear one of the pipe seams. However, I just don't know if there's enough. Like 95. So let's see here. Sitting at 43. I think 2 battlecopters should definitely clear it. But that's going to leave one of our battlecopters vulnerable to the missile strike. So we're only going to be able to attack it once. Like safely. And then we could get the anti-air out next turn. But we lose a battlecopter in that entire trade. So I probably wouldn't have busted that out just yet. I mean, it is important to get the anti-air, but if you get an anti-air down here, I probably would have just went mech or something out of this property. I don't really think that it's worth losing a copter to a missile strike just to bust it open a little bit earlier. Now, mostly because, and this is like my thought on the subject here, is we can get like 1 more battlecopter out, and then we would have like 3 battlecopters, right? And that would give us at least a lead on the battlecopters. Spidey's going to be able to continuously pump out more battlecopters until our army actually gets over here. So the more battlecopters we have, the better. Losing one early, not really super great. But either way, is what it is. Spidey's going to be able to blast one of those battlecopters out of existence with that pre-owned missile. And just taking a defense position, not really pushing up against these infantry down here. Bringing the battlecopters forward. So yeah, I think Alexis is going to have to just full send into this area over here with all the anti-air. Like, we got to send all the anti-air forward and just start blasting away these infantry and overrun that airport as quickly as possible. That is the #1 priority. I would also just ignore this at this moment too. This guy is not really doing anything. So by attacking this, right, attacking the missile right here, the only thing that's really doing is it's delaying the movement on your artillery, right? So it's not gonna be effective. It's not gonna do anything. So you're not gonna put any air units here, right? So, and you're not even going to have any more air units. So all that's really doing is it's just giving Spidey a little bit more charge. So I probably would just not do that at all. But it is what it is, you know. Sometimes we attack and do things, and it's all good. Absolutely no threat of the lab capture at the moment too, because Alexis did actually cap this lab down here. So now it's just mostly going to become a top versus bottom game. Classy medium tank build over here from Alexis though, so very classy build, absolutely loving it, good job, 100%. Alright, covers the airport and gets the anti-air on there, so very nice. Down south, not really able to do too much, does clear 1 infantry, interrupts a cap, and that is about it. So we probably really only need like 2 infantry up north to finish these caps, so you send like 2 infantry, this guy and like this guy maybe, to finish out these caps, and this one down here, and then you can start capping that, no problem. What would I use? Anti-air is pretty effective, I don't know. Let's see what happens. It is Spidey's turn though. Oh no, it's Alexis's turn. I would probably we need to get one of the anti-air in position to actually lock this this airport like as quickly as possible. So I'd probably move one of them up here, definitely. The main reason, okay, so the main reason why you want to lock that airport, if your airport gets locked in this map and you have money, you know, like Spidey right here. Spidey, for some reason, has 34,000 funds. So this is the dangerous part about this map, is that stealth fighters are allowed on this map. So if you get your airport locked, then your opponent can simply win just by building stealth fighters, and he will just overrun you, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's absolutely nothing you'll be able to do if you lose your airport. So very, very important to not lose your airport. And if you do, you got to make sure that you are acquiring your opponent's airport. Like, absolutely. At this moment, right, if Spidey was to build a stealth fighter out of this position, that would be game over. There would be nothing, absolutely nothing that they would be able to do at the moment. Especially because he controls this airport, right, and he's got air units right here. This base is insanely vulnerable to these battlecopter strikes at the moment. And once we actually cap this airport, if you get both of the airports, imagine a stealth fighter coming out of this position and just completely decimating this base, like, constantly. It would just park here and just take shot after shot after shot. Nothing you can do about it. So I'm not really a huge fan of the fact that stealth fighters are allowed on this map, but I mean, some people like them. Not really a huge fan of it for this one, but is what it is. Okay, so Alexis's turn. Top of the board. Got ourselves in a little bit of a sticky situation here for sure. I'm gonna have to figure out something very quick. Spidey built a pipe runner last turn, which is pretty interesting. I'm not quite sure what the purpose of the pipe runner is. I mean, we can technically put it here or put it here. But it's like, I don't know, it's a pipe runner. We'll see. We'll see what it does. Maybe it'll do something amazing. A battlecopter just moving up and just one-shotting the other battlecopter that was just built. Wild. Wild stuff. Alright, so just sending the forces up, trying to acquire this laboratory right here. Not too bad. So it is now Spidey's turn. Fun fact is, like, 2 battlecopters attacking a anti-air as Grim is actually not, like, the most ineffective thing you could possibly do. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you absolutely need to clear an anti-air and all you have is battlecopters, it is possible to do it, so keep that in mind. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm not sure why we would attack the enemy pipe seam. There's really no reason to do that. All that's going to do is allow your opponent to get up here quicker. So, I wouldn't do that, like, at all. That's not something I would wanna see happening. Pipe runner moves over. Artillery clears. Medium tank has a clear way down here now, and on day 13. We are pretty close to having the co-powers, super co-powers at least. We do have a co-power ready. Okay, so going up, capping the properties, very nice. It is, currently Spidey is actually a little bit ahead when it comes to the properties. So it's not looking too bad. Oh, see, this is another one of those moments where Spidey has 24,000 funds again, and there's no anti-air in position to block that airport. So very, very, very devastating, very spooky, like insanely spooky. Same thing, well, not actually the same thing, but yeah, this is spooky. Like, it's asking for a stealth to just pop out. I still see no reason to be attacking this at the moment. I'm not sure. Let's see what the plan is. Now, it would be nice to just have that barrier here as well, though, because like I said, if we cap this, even if we don't want to build stealths, we can build bombers every single turn, and the bombers will just absolutely wreck anything that comes out of that base as well. Somehow the pipe runner is capping the this pipe at the moment. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe he's had enough of not being infantry, I guess. Alright, this is Alexis' turn. Bomber was built out of Spidey's base. And now Alexis is in a little bit more of a sticky situation. I was liking her position a lot earlier, but really not pressuring this airport is going to cost her a lot in the long run here. Day 15, we do flip the airports. The bombers are moving up, and we are getting a full surround of that black boat, and it looks like we are going to maybe be able to clear it. Yeah, so we clear it, start the cap, bring our units back. This guy needs to go back too, because I think this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we're not quite there, but still pretty spooky position to be in. So yeah, Alexis does manage to start capping that airport now. So the game is absolutely not over yet. The amount of classy medium tanks coming out of Alexis' side of the map right now is honestly something that should be admired at the moment. That is 4 medium tanks, and I sure hope that they get some value here. Alright, we got a super co-power by the looks of it, the Haymaker, ready to go. This should be good, actually. You know what? Maybe attacking that pipe seam a bunch of times, you know, maybe it wasn't too bad of an idea. So we clear a anti-air. Are we going to be able to clear the pipe? Yeah, so we did clear the pipe. Okay, so you know what? It was justified the whole time. Did we get 5? Yeah. So we cover the base and actually start capping the base, which is even more crazy. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plant that right there. 100%. 100% plant that right there. Needs to go there. Now, the main reason why it needs to go there is because there is a clear here, because we have an anti-air medium tank will clear the infantry capping this property at the moment. So if we did put the tank there, that would be impossible because we only have 2 units that are available to attack. These guys cannot reach, so one simple tank move right there would be able to 100% guarantee that that property does not get interrupted. As you can see here, the property has been interrupted. And another medium tank plops up there. Oh dear. It's beautiful. Honestly, it's a work of art. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so we have acquired the airport. Battlecopter takes a huge hit against the pipe runner, and not really too many other moves actually happen that turn. But you know, it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad. If we had something that was able to clear this and get to the last anti-air, that would be fantastic, but it doesn't look like that's possible at the moment. So all we're going to do for Spidey's turn is we are going to just set up our defensive terrain here. So we put an anti-air in the way. We're building more battlecopters, building more tanks. Sending the medium tanks down here is very good. Spidey is definitely joining the classy club. Actually threatens a flip of a property with the T-copter that actually landed here, so that's pretty good too. Alrighty, so flip a property. I probably would have actually, like, I don't know. Bomber over here is probably fine. Bomber could have actually interrupted this cap over here, but I mean, all in all, properties are, they're equal at the moment, so I think it's okay. Spidey's position, I think, is a little bit better overall. If Spidey can clear this anti-air, I think he'll win this side for sure. Not sure how it would be possible, but definitely could be possible. So we'll see. Alright, so day 18. Spidey's turn once again. Or is it? Yeah, it is Spidey's turn. Cool. So I was thinking that might have been a move right there. So we do a double attack, clear, make a spot, probably send a tank forward to eliminate this anti-air for sure. And then we just begin the cap once again. And the medium tanks are moving in, anti-air moving in. It's going to make it so Alexis is unable to purchase anything from the airport once again. And just continuing on, put more pressure over here in the middle. Day 19, we got another co-power, or another super co-power, the Haymaker, that is 180% firepower. Medium tank just one-shots another medium tank. It's just like, yep, see you later, buddy. It's like you don't even exist anymore. And even this right here. So full tank on medium tank action over here takes it all the way down to 3 and actually survives with 3 HP, so that's pretty wild. So we actually do save our airport. 20,000 funds in the bank. Probably just buy a battlecopter over here. Since we're gonna be losing this property, battlecopter and just something else. Yeah, anti-air. Okay, good enough. Yeah, losing this property is going to be huge. So that's like a triple property flip. Bomber actually moves in once again. Pipe Runner's even still getting a little bit of value with that 1 HP, still getting a few shots. And Spidey just casually moving in. Unfortunately, builds a stinky Neo tank, so disappointed, buddy. I'm disappointed. Invest in soap. All right, medium tank's moving in. Clears another medium tank over here. And we've resigned. 100% justified resign, to be completely honest. Although Alexis did play quite well, all things considered. Spidey just had better positioning, and the play to actually take the lone base there was actually pretty good. So I did thoroughly enjoy that for sure. Grim mirrors are absolutely volatile, and things just blow up all the time. Blow up. But this map, you know, if you actually do cap that airport, just build a stealth and you automatically win the game. There's nothing that your opponent can do. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Very nice map from Whomita. If you guys get a chance, you know, hopefully you play on. It'll be a good time. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the lively game update. Going to be more in the future. If you did like it, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye for now.